Okay, it's Susie. Saturday again. I'm at work, but I'm on a break. So, I guess I'll tell you the stories of Robert and Dave. So, Dave and Robert, they're both alcoholics, and they're downtown a lot. They use the bus system every day. Dave, they're both super sweet guys. But Dave, last summer, he was walking around in a pair of pants that had the whole seat ripped out. Like, he wore the same clothes every day, and every day you could see it, the split was getting worse and worse. And I asked him one day, I was like, hey, if I could find you a pair of shorts that would fit, would you like that? Because I'm sure I could find something for you. And he agreed that he would, and so I managed to find him a pair. It was a used pair of shorts that, but they were in good condition. And eventually, I brought him to work several days, and eventually I saw him, and I managed to get him the shorts. And when I got him the shorts, then the next time I did see him, he was wearing them, and he had gotten rid of those worn out pants with the rip in the seat. And it's just like that guy with the rip in his pants at the truck stop. One of those other stories I told you guys. It's the same thing. He had on the new shorts, and he's feeling pretty good about himself. And it's those kindnesses. They just make such a difference, and I'm happy to do that anytime I can. Later on, he needed a jacket, and I managed to find him a hoodie. And he had that hoodie for quite a while. It really seemed to serve him well, and it just makes me happy to do those things. And then there's Robert, and Robert, when he gets too drunk, he ends up falling, and he gets himself hurt. And he also recently discovered that he does have cirrhosis of the liver, and he's probably dying. Years and years of alcohol abuse, it's what it'll do to you. But he ends up going to the hospital more frequently than most people, I would say. And when I saw him a couple months, maybe a month ago, he was walking around, and it was still cold outside, and he had a pair of hospital socks on with the little grippy things on the bottom, and he had these two. They're kind of like shoes, but they're not. They have the bottom for your foot, and then this canvas stuff that folds over and you tie it up, so it works like a shoe, but it's for like a foot injury. And he had one of those on both feet, and when it was still cold out, when I first saw him, he also had like plastic store bags tied around him to try to keep his feet dry. And we had snow, we had rain, we had a lot of cold weather, and that had to be so miserable. I kept my eyes open for a while for a pair of shoes for him, but I just couldn't find anything. And I asked him one day what size he wore. And when I was at work, I mentioned this to a couple of the other drivers. I was looking for that. If anybody had a spare size 11, they don't have to be fancy, just a pair of shoes that would keep a guy's feet warm and dry. And one of our drivers brought me actually 2 pairs of super nice shoes, like pretty expensive and in very good condition. And so I was so happy to have those. And so every day I came to work, and I had that pair of shoes, and I just had them setting up on my dash, just in the window, just waiting. And after 3 days, I had just happened to spot him. It was just a matter of seconds that I would have missed him altogether, but I spotted him. And I was like, hey, Robert, hey, come here, I got something for you. And I grabbed his shoes, and I held them out for him. I was like, here, these are for you. And the look of shock on his face, he's like, and like a lot of emotions going through him. And I was like, listen, you can't run around with those on your feet. You gotta have some shoes, man. It's gonna be summer pretty soon. You've gotta have some shoes. You gotta have something to take care of your feet. You need those feet, buddy. And at first he kept trying to deny it, like, no, I can't take that. That's too much. It's all this stuff, like, try to be really humble and whatnot. And I was, no, these are for you. I worked hard to get these for you. I drug them around every day with me. I rode my bike to work with these shoes dangling off my handlebars. No, these are yours, buddy. And so he did take them. It took a little persuasion, but he did take them. And that man, he was almost in tears. And, you know, and he rode with me for a little bit. And I was like, hey, man, just try them on. Make sure they fit you and everything. I need to know that they're going to work for you. And he was like, okay, well, I'm getting off right up here. And I'll try to be on your bus on the way back. So he hopped off. I went about my route, and when I came back, he was across the street at the opposite stop, and I saw him, and he had the shoes on, and they were fitting him. And, God, that makes my heart so happy when I see that kind of thing, that I know that I can have those small little impacts on people that, for me, it's small. For him, it's probably huge, you know? He didn't have any shoes to wear. That's what he had, was those hospital things. And I've seen him now walking around in those shoes, and he's just really happy and wearing shoes and safe and comfortable, and yeah, that's it. It makes me so happy that I can do these things. Every time I can spread kindness, if I have a chance, and if I can find a way to make it happen, I do. And that's what I just want to say to whoever, if anybody's even watching my videos. I have a few views, and I'll take them. But, you know, that's all I have to say. Just, if you can be kind, if you could do nice things for people, those small things, man, they matter. They matter so much. And if you know me, if anybody who knows me, you know I love people. I just love people. You know, I'm not going to judge a person because they are an alcoholic. I'm not going to judge them if they're a drug addict, if they've been to prison, whatever. I'm not judging people for stuff like that. I'm not judging you if you have money, you don't have money, an education, you don't, whatever. I'm not judging you, because I love people for who they are. And I understand that people, they come from different places, and people have traumas, and they have experiences, and they have whatever things have happened in their life, and that made them who they are. And I have no room to judge anybody. I've had my own traumas, I've had my own stories and my own life, and I can't judge anybody. And maybe that's led me to be who I am, and the fact that I love people just because I love people. And I think everybody has the potential to have good inside, and I think most people do. So like I say every time, just say it again. If you could be kind, be kind. You never know what kind of impact you can make on somebody's life by doing some small thing. A pair of shoes, small thing. For him, probably a big thing. I'm so glad. I get so much joy out of being the person who can provide that on occasion. It fills me with such happiness. Makes my heart so happy. So, yeah, try it out. Test my theory. You know, if at any point you are feeling really bad about yourself, or you're struggling, or you're having emotional issues, whatever, try this. Find somebody who needs a kindness, fulfill their need, and see what it does for you inside. See how it makes your heart feel. I promise you, it's going to make you feel pretty good. It's like a medicine without the chemicals. It's a feel-good medicine. Be kind. Like and subscribe if you would. I'm gonna quit pushing that. If you would, I'd appreciate it. I have 14 subscribers. That's what I've got right now, and I'll take them. I'm grateful for every one of them. If anybody else wants to, just saying. All right. Thanks for listening to me. All right. Bye bye.